guys what that is. So the bait involves, guys, this is as old school as it gets. This is a 1/4 ounce chrome and blue rattle trap. You can see how beat up this one is here. You can get them anywhere. Like I said, this is probably one of the most common baits ever. Maybe not necessarily the 1/4 ounce model, but a lot of people will use the larger 1/2 ounce model. Here's the difference between the size comparison. Here's a 1/2 and here's the 1/4. It's quite a bit smaller. But for this particular technique, you want to use the little 1/4 ounce, because the 1/4 ounce rattle trap, guys, it's just probably 1.5 inches long, or maybe, very most 2 inches long. It resembles a lot of the size of shad that are in the lake during the summertime of the year. Perfect size duplication of shad. And I've tried a bunch of different colors. They make a lot of different colors, but for me, this old school chrome and blue is about as good as anything. Also, they make some different type of shad patterns. You just basically want a shad pattern, whether it be a chrome blue or Tennessee shad. You'll just have to look at that link in the description and pick out a couple good ones there. 1/4 ounce rattle trap. Next thing with it, guys, is you have to, the technique that I'm gonna talk about, you have to be able to have the right equipment in order to throw this thing on, because when I'm talking about fishing this thing, I'm talking about pitching it and flipping it around boat docks. Now, requires a little bit of a different technique and a little bit of feel to it. So what I like to do is I like to use like a 7 foot 2 inch medium action rod. I use the Mega Bass, the one I use is that Vision 110 rod. I think it's 6'11", 7 foot 2, something along those lines, with like 15-pound test Seaguar Vizex line. And you want to take this thing and you're fishing floating boat docks with it. This is a floating boat dock technique, specifically on docks in lakes that have less than 3 foot of visibility. So if you have a floating dock and you got water visibility between 1 to 3 feet and you've got hot summertime weather, this is going to be perfect for it. And especially later in the summer, like towards the end of August and into September, when fishing gets really tough and the lake levels start to drop and fishing, it's just hard to catch them that time of year. Late August, early September, guys, is probably the most difficult time of the year to catch fish. And that's when this little technique excels. So if you got a lake that's got some stuff like that, if you don't have that type of cover, probably not gonna be that big of a deal. But if you do have docks, this is gonna work. Take the little rattle trap here. And what you wanna do is you wanna get up next to that dock and flip it and pitch it down the front and down the corners of the dock and down the sides of the dock. Try to get it as close as you can. Just use a medium retrieve. Try to keep it about 1 foot or 2 underneath the water. And guys, we talked about this with a spinner bait and also with like a chatter bait and a jerk bait. But guys, there are times when they will hammer this little 1/4 ounce rattle trap when